removeDuplicates, we want to write a method called removeDuplicates. It's going to take as parameter a sorted array list of strings, and it's going to eliminate any duplicates inside of that list. We're given an example, and we're shown the output here. So since it's sorted, we know all the duplicates will be grouped together. This makes it a little bit easier for us. We'll have a public static. It's just changing something, so it'll be void since we're not returning anything, and it's called removeDuplicates. And inside of here, we are going to have our array list of type string, and then we'll call this list. Now inside of here, we're going to want to run through the entire string array list. So we'll have int a is equal to 0, and a has to be less than. We want to run through the entire thing, so it's going to be our list dot length, and I think it's either length or size. I get those confused sometimes, but we can check that in a second if it gives us an error. And then we're just going to have a++, so we can go through all of these. Now we're going to want a check in here. We only actually need one line of code. We're doing a simple check. If our current value is the same as the next value, well, we want to remove this next value. But let's do that actually. So if our list dot get at index a, we can say if it's equal to list dot get at a plus 1, we are going to want to remove, so list dot remove our current a. Now there's a problem with this. Well, what if we're at the end of our list dot length, right? There's not going to be any a plus 1. So instead what we can do is start this at index 1. We can assume that there's going to be at least one thing inside of here, or there's going to be at least two things inside of here. So a is equal to 1, so we're starting this at a, which is 1, and then we're going to have a, instead of plus 1, we'll have minus 1, so we'll get the previous one. And that will really remove the second one right here. So that really takes care of everything. Now, we actually are going to need another line of code in here, because if we remove something like this, what we're going to want to do is, if we go to the next variable, so like let's say a is equal to 1 right here, we're at this one right here. Well, if we remove this, this is going to go into the 1 index, and we're going to completely skip over it and go to this one. So what we're going to have to do is decrement a every single time we are in this if statement. And we actually don't need this brace right here, because we can do that inside of here. We'll just have a minus minus. That might have been a little bit confusing, so if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Let's see, we have an issue here. That should be size as I expected. But yeah, if you have any questions, always leave them in the comments below. We have more problems in the playlist linked below the like button. Essentially what we're doing, we take our array list of strings, we run through the entire thing, and if our previous value, which is this, or actually our current value, which is here, is equal to our previous value, we want to just remove this current value. So that's what we do. We remove it, and we just decrement our counter. And that's going to be all for this 10.7 exercise.